Hi, I will be doing my presentation on the Chapter 8 case, which is about Research Triangle software innovations. So just a little bit about this case. Tar and Heel audits both Research Triangle software innovations and Oak Manufacturing. Oak Manufacturing comes to them and asks for a software suggestion for an enterprise resource planning system. So Tar and Heel has to decide if they're going to suggest their own product, which they've been asked to do by management, or if they're going to suggest Research Triangle's product, which is a little bit better on the market. So what do we do in this situation? Some of the ethical issues in this case are how others would perceive Tar and Heel recommending one of their clients' softwares. There could be some bias in that situation. Tar and Heel also has kind of some insider information from the audit of Research Triangle and knows that the company isn't doing very well right now. And so they're kind of taking that into consideration. And then another one is, should they recommend their own product even if it isn't the best? Is that fair to their client? So we need to look at what obligations Tar and Heel has to their stakeholders. I think ultimately they have the obligation of being a successful business, of having high profits, doing well, but also to be ethical so that the business can continue on and they still have the trust of both the stakeholders and the clients and everyone that's involved. Some of the characteristics of leadership that I think Steve Michaels demonstrates is that you can tell that he's trying to follow, like he does have ethics. He's trying to follow the ethics of the company, but he also kind of wants things his way. He wants them to be looked at how he sees fit, even if it might not be the best for the client. So you can see that he gave Roseanne kind of some mixed signals here. She wasn't sure what to do because he said that they needed to recommend their own software, but that the company would never ask her to change, which software she feels is better. So kind of some mixed signals there. The moral intensity in this situation, I feel like it's not high enough to the point that it would really change Roseanne's decision. I think the company and Roseanne both have very high ethical standards, and this situation might cause her to double check her work, rethink which software is better, but ultimately I feel like she'll be able to make the right decision based on her information and how she feels about the situation. So we need to look at what is at stake for the key parties. Research Triangle could lose a sale because of the insider information that Tar and Heel have. But at the same time, Oak Manufacturing could get a product that isn't the best if Tar and Heel decides to use their own product for the reasons of, just simply using their own product and not wanting to recommend a product that could be from a company that's going to go out of business. So there are a couple issues there that you have to think about. Some objections that could be given to Roseanne as she brings this to Vivian, who's her mentor, is that Vivian could tell her, it's most important that we look out for our own company that we work for Tar and Heel at this point, and really push our own product to get our revenues. And she could say that, this insider information could help one client, but it could hurt another. And that's really important to look at. But I think ultimately, as Roseanne looks at these different things, she needs to see what's best for Oak Manufacturing, how to best help the client, and that's really the most important thing that we have to do as accountants, is to look out for our client, and we want to have their trust and have them know that we're really looking out for their best interest.